Greetings staff, Mr. Beckman here to give you a quick video on grading practices and procedures for our first semester when it comes to students with attendance challenges. Again, two reasons for this video. One, effectively communicate our expectations with respect to how to properly grade students at the semester, and secondly, to provide support for accurate grading procedures. And you'll see that at the end because we put it on the staff shared drive. A couple things that I want you to know. Global Scholar reports have no integrity with respect to student attendance. We've had challenges since the very start of the school year with Global Scholar reports. With that being said, the information in your grade book is indeed correct, and since the teacher's record is the official record, that's what we're going to go by. What we expect is that you'll inform the students who are currently at 10 or more absences on Friday, January 6th, and again on January 13th. That way we're making sure that we are communicating effectively to the students that have attendance challenges. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the actual grade book, and I'm going to go in and actually impersonate a teacher so that we can show you what we're talking about. In this case, since Mrs. Anderson is the first one that comes up on the attendance, we're going to use Mrs. Anderson as an example. So what I'm going to have you focus on is we're going to go to the far right side of grade book where you'll notice that it says second quarter. What I'd ask you to do is on the drop-down menu, click on first semester. And what you're going to want to do is under the A for absences, you're going to look for some of these numbers that are 10 or higher. So right now you don't see any issues with attendance. And all of a sudden when we get down to the bottom here, there is a student that has 17 absences. This is the student that Mrs. Anderson is going to want to have a face-to-face with to inform the student that indeed they've got an absence challenge that they're going to have to work with. So we're going to get out of this a moment and go a little bit further on what that could look like. What happens when a student goes over the 10 absence mark for the semester? Well, a student can appeal their attendance record, and the appeal dates are set for January 17th, 18th, and 19th. The final list for all granted appeals will come to the staff by the end of the day on January 20th from Student Services. If an appeal is granted, the student will have both first and second marking periods averaged along with their exam score for their final semester grade. What happens to the student whose appeal is not granted? Well, this student must score a 77% or higher on their exam to receive a test out credit. If the student scores a 77% or higher, the teacher is to mark the student with an F in the semester view and a 09 comment. The 09 comment is indicating that there is an attendance problem. The teacher is then to list the student's information on the test out credit sheet that we're going to supply. I'm now going to show you what that test out sheet looks like. This sheet is called the 2011-2012 test out exam semester. You can see that under the last name we're using an example of Doe, first name Jane, the grade is 10, the course is geometry, the hour is second. The teacher's name is Anderson. In this case, the percent given was a 79. Any student that you have that has failed by attendance or lost their appeal but scored higher than a 77, you're to record that information on this form. So we're going to X out of that right now and go to the next example. Any student that has failed either academically or via attendance but passes their exam with a 77 or higher is to be marked with an F by you as the teacher in the semester view and a 09 comment. They must also be listed on the test out sheet that we just showed you. What happens if a student is over attendance and scores a 76 or lower? Well, you're to mark them with an F in the semester view and a 09 comment. The difference here is that you are not listing these students on the test out sheet. The reason for it is they did not score a 77 or higher. What happens if a student does not have an attendance problem, fails both first and second marking periods, but scores a 77% or higher on their exam? The teacher is to give the student an F and add this student to the test out sheet supplied. The reason for it is they scored 77% or higher. Our registrar will assign the test out credit on the student's transcript. That's why it's so important to make sure that you are completing the test out form. Julie Schropp will be the one that will assign the test out credit. Sending your test out sheet to the registrar must be done at the time you submit your final grades. The deadline for the grade submission is Tuesday, January 24th by 2:57 p.m. We want it in prior to the end of the day. When test out form is completed, convert it to a PDF and send it as an attachment to Julie Schropp. I'm going to show you quickly how to convert to a PDF. Here again is our form, the test out credit form. You can see the example again will be last name Doe, first name Jane, the grade is 10. The course is geometry, the hour is second, the teacher is, again, Mrs. Anderson, and the percent, in this case, 79. What you'll want to do is go up to File, click on File, go to Print. When you see the print options, go to Primo PDF, click on it, and then when it comes up, what you're going to want to make sure you do when you create this, it's very important that the file name is titled Test Out Credit and then your name as the teacher. In this case, Test Out Credit Anderson. You will then want to save that, save it probably right to your desktop because you're going to be sending this document to Julie Schropp. Once you've done that, go ahead and send it out, or close it down I should say, and then send it out to Julie Schropp. Once this PDF is available, we want to make sure that you have this again, this presentation for further support. I put it in the shared staff drive and it's listed under Smart Attendance and Grading. I'll also send this to you as an attachment in our weekend preface so you have that. I hope you have a good understanding of what our expectations are. If not, make sure you stop and see me. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.